So you understand you have the capacity to rewire your brain. You've started to identify the four principles of emotional management. That's how you're going to start to rewire it. The first thing is to identify your emotions. And you've looked at that flight, fight, and freeze response and started to identify what your physiological cues are all about. So, continuing on in that regard, the next activity I want you to do is using a metaphor called the river of emotions. And the reason that we use the metaphor is that it strongly conveys that emotions continually flow through us, but like a river, they're certainly seldom neutral, and sometimes they can be absolutely a raging torrent and can overcome us and flood us and put us in all sorts of strife. So, what I'm asking you to do is to think about that metaphor of a river of emotions, print off the attached worksheet, work through that worksheet to identify what your emotions were like in the time leading up to your criminal conduct. So, whether that's either your alcohol and other drug use or criminal behaviour that's got you in strife with the legal system. So, what your emotions were in the lead up to that behaviour, and then to or to continue to keep identifying those physiological cues at the different stages of the metaphor or different stages of the river. So that's what your flight, fight, or freeze response is all about. But then certainly starting to think about, well, what are your coping strategies, and start writing them down on these worksheets, because all this needs to go into your relapse prevention plan that'll be identifying your capacity to identify your emotions, and because they're really your risk factors, and then what your immediate coping strategies are, and then your long-term strategies for managing your emotions as part of a good life and healthy community engagement. So good luck with the worksheet, and I look forward to seeing what your outcomes are.